Welcome to the Permian Strategic Partnership Podcast. I'm your host, Krista Escamilla. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Permian Strategic Partnership Podcast. We're so glad you're spending some time here learning about the amazing things that the PSP and their membership is doing for West Texas and New Mexico and beyond. And we are excited to hear from today's guest. So please help me welcome Zach Craddock, and he is the Superintendent of Third Future Schools. Thank you so much for being with us today, Zach.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, I am so excited to hear about Third Future model because I have not heard of this before. So please tell us a little bit about the Third Future Schools model and why it's such a benefit to the students.
Well, we currently operate 11 campuses in 3 different states. So we have 2 campuses in Colorado, 7 in Texas, and then 2 in Louisiana. We just were approved for expansion just outside Austin with Manor ISD and working with East Baton Rouge on another school down there. So our model is very unique instructionally in that we have 2 main focuses. Our 2 overarching goals are to close the achievement gap, which exists in public schools across America between students of color and white students. And the second is our year 2035 competencies. So we believe that critical thinking, informational literacy, problem solving are skills that students need a specialized curriculum in. And we have that curriculum. We call it the art of thinking. And we provide that for students in grades 3 through 8 at all of our campuses.
What makes this different from, say, traditional school setting?
Yeah, so well, a lot of things really. There's we believe it's any system's designed to get the results that you want, and so our system is very unique. It's very different, and so it involves a couple parts. Number one, our school days 6:30 to 5 in Texas, so we provide free before and after school care. We never close for weather or snow. So if the district closes, we're open. We primarily serve at-risk, underprivileged kids, and parents need to go to work. So we make that commitment to our communities. And like here in Colorado Springs today, the district's closed, but our school, Capernaum 3, is open, and I have 150 kids there. And because those parents need to go to work. So that's a unique system of it. The other parts are we try and pay $12,000 to $14,000 more than the districts we geographically operate in. So we try and have a much higher, much more competitive salary. And then the instructional program itself is just very unique. Our students we have 90-minute blocks. They get 45 minutes of true grade level instruction, which a lot of kids across the country don't get grade level instruction. We provide grade level instruction, and then we provide immediate remediation or differentiation based on a quick 4 to 5 question quiz every day. So our students are every day getting grade level instruction and immediate remediation and enrichment based on the TEAC, which is the lesson of what the teacher's teaching that day. So all those systems together work. That's how Third Future operates to get the outcomes that we want.
Now, I understand that you are partnering with PSP, and you have had much success here in Midland, Texas. Can you tell us a little bit about that partnership and some of the success stories that you've seen?
Yeah, we've started with PSP in 2020 when we first had our first partnership with Midland ISD, Sam Houston Collegiate Prep. It's pre-K through 6. And they were an F school, and all of the schools that we work with are based on whatever state metrics they are not performing well. And that's what we like to do. That's our goal. And they were an F in 2020. We've got them up to a B. And then we have the opportunity to partner with Lamar Elementary School in Midland as well. And that was 2023. And they were an F when we took over, and they're currently sitting as a B. Now, I do want to say these rankings are unofficial because of a lawsuit going on with TEA. So they're not official scores, but everybody knows how they really shook out.
Fantastic. You said you partner with MISD. Is that the model? So the model is that you go into the school system, but you are still a separate entity.
Yeah, it's a true partnership. So it's an 1882 partnership. So we work with Midland. They've been fantastic partners. Like I said, been working with them since 2020. We work with them. We purchase back their nutrition services, their transportation services, their custodial, the building. They're still a Midland ISD school. Third Future just has total autonomy on personnel, curriculum, budget, and the instructional model.
Awesome. It sounds very interesting. And of course, it is. You're seeing results and positive results by seeing those test scores go up. What else do you think makes future school so special that you want the whole world to know about?
Well, I think the instructional design is very unique. That's number one. But also, I think that I think personally and professionally that public education is broken across the country, and you have competing factors for time, energy, and resources, and those factors they simply take away from kids. And when adults are competing for other things, the students are the ones that miss out. And our system's designed to not allow that to happen. So we have a clearly defined action plan with 7 key actions. Our time, energy, fiscal resources are all geared towards that. And if something new comes along, if it's not aligned to one of our 7 key actions, we simply don't do it. It's just not going to happen. We really know who we are, we know what we value, and we make sure that we put all of our effort into that to make sure that it happens every day, all day, 184 school days.
I love that. I love that you know who you are, you know what your goal is. What is your goal for each and every student that comes in there? What do you hope when you see one enter and one leave? What is it you hope for each one?
Well, a lot of the kids that we get, they come in and they're behind grade level. So they could be a year, and sometimes in our middle schools down to 5 years below grade level. And so we
Wow.
need to close that achievement gap. So we need to close that achievement gap. And that's number one. And that happens through great instruction, every day, 184 days. And then we also have 7 habits of success, which we think are the characteristics and the intangible qualities that students need to just thrive in life. Those are going to be strive for accuracy, be on time, persevere, do your best work, those characteristics. So we have the habits of success that factor into that. So when kids leave us, and we don't currently operate any high schools, but what I want for all of our students is if they leave us in 5th grade and go to middle school, or they leave us in 8th grade and go to high school, that they are the most prepared students transitioning into that middle or that high school that principal has ever seen. That I want them to really be able to say, when a student leaves Sam Houston and goes to Midland, or Lamar and goes to Midland High School, I want them to be able to say, that's a third future student. I know because of how well they do academically, how responsive they are, what kind of leadership skills they display, and how well they're able to communicate their educational experience.
Fantastic. I know 2035 is the number that you have really focused on when you go to your website. That is the number. And you really want to prepare kids for the workforce. How has the workforce changed so much that you're seeing that school and education needs to change to fit the workforce of today?
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, with artificial intelligence coming in, there's pros and cons with that. I think that's a lot that people are still trying to figure out. We're working on that as well. But what I think you're going to really see is 2035 is it's going to be critical thinking, problem solving, and kids need to learn how to work together in teams. So we have what's called a team center, and it's I don't want to bore you and your audience with the educational jargon, but what that environment allows kids to work with other students, because you need to know how to compromise and collaborate and give and take in a small group with your peers. And in a traditional schoolhouse setting, that may not happen. Now, we don't have traditional project-based learning or expeditionary learning, which is it's a fancy term for another instructional model, but we take the best of those practices and we embed them into our instructional model. Because you can't turn students loose on a project if they can't read, write, and do math. You can't do that. And there's the number one factor for student outcomes is the quality of instruction, and nothing is more important than a great teacher. You can buy
Absolutely.
the best computer, but nothing is more important than a great teacher in front of kids every day. So we think we have to blend those pieces together so that our kids are going to be ready for year 2035.
I'm glad you brought that up because I'm a mom of four, and I can tell you after every group project, one of my kids at some point in life has come home and said, "Well, so and so did all the work, and so did none of the work." Right? So teaching them how to be a team player and how to work is something that is definitely a need that's needed to be filled. And so I hope you're successful because I want every child to come home and go, wow, I loved working in a team instead of the opposite, which I've heard from my own kids for years. So I love that.
You really have to watch against that. And so that's something that I have to work with principals on and guard against them, because we really need to make sure that not one dominant personality is taking over, or that passive student is just hiding behind some other teammates. So we really work to make sure that doesn't happen.
Fantastic. Is there anything about the program that maybe we haven't talked about that you think just we really need to shine a light on it today and really teach more people about?
I would say one other thing that makes this unique is we call it the dyad concept. And so it's originally been in the plan since 2016. We wrote our application for our first school, but we didn't really build it out until 2021. And so dyad just means two. So we partner kids up. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. And so what we do there is we definitely make sure that we want to bring outside professionals into the school to give kids other opportunities. So for example, you have 4 kids, I have 2 daughters. My wife and I were able to provide dance and karate and band and music lessons and cheerleading. And, we could do that, but not a lot of our families can do that for a variety of reasons and factors that are beyond their control. And so we want kids to have those experiences. So for example, at Lamar, we bring in STEM, we bring in yoga, we bring in, I think it's karate there. We have taekwondo at some other schools, but we bring outside professionals into the community so students can get 2 90-minute sections a week of dyad. And so they get, it's just, I can't tell you how many we have across the network. We probably have over 300 different course offerings.
Wow.
And so we've got cosmetology at middle school, barbershop, we've got, you name it, but they get to experience those opportunities that they would not get in a normal traditional school, and they may not get outside the school environment because of other factors beyond their control. That's why we did it. But I will say the secondary benefit from it is across all 11 campuses in every city that we operate in. I never thought these professionals would come in and then go back out in their community and say, you should see the things these kids are doing. You should look at what, Sam Houston they got this awesome program, or Lamar's doing this, and the kids are responding, and I've seen them grow. So we've gotten a lot of goodwill in all the communities that we work in, because these professionals are going outside to their church, to their other civic organizations, and they're just talking about the good work the students are doing.
That's fantastic. Someone that's maybe listening today and they say, hey, I want my child to be a part of that program. How do you go about becoming part of the Third Future model?
Yeah, so just an open enrollment with all the
Okay.
districts. So they're in Midland. It's just I think the program is still live Midland, but whatever the registration practice is, they just follow the Midland student enrollment system. So we
Okay.
all of the districts we partner with, that's what we do. We don't change anything. There's no entrance test. There's no test to get in. It's not a magnet. We're not a private school. We're not even really a charter school there in Midland. We're an 1882 partner. We're a Midland ISD school that Third Future is just operating. So they can just go to our website and they can definitely just follow the links to enroll.
Great. Fantastic. So go to the Third Future website, Third Future Schools, is it .org?
Thirdfuture.org. And then in the top, you'll see schools. Just hover over that, and then you'll see a list, and you can drop down to Lamar or Midland or any other of our campuses.
Okay. And no cost to the parent.
Oh, no, there's no cost, and all of this is free. Our students don't provide, or they don't pay for anything. So at our middle school programs, there's no athletic fee. We don't even have a school supply list. I mean, it's,
Wow.
we everything's provided. What we don't want, and I was in public education for about 20 years, and that barrier, sometimes kids escape work and the instruction because I don't have a pencil. Well, we're going to give you a pencil. We're going to give you a highlighter. We're going to give you everything you need. And so there's no cost to attend any of our schools. We're also excited that this year our eighth graders that met qualifications, the third week of May, we're taking them to Munich, Germany. Last year we went to Quebec, and then we've been to Costa Rica, and we've been to Japan. This year we're hitting Munich. And that's all paid for as well, even the passports.
Fantastic. Well, this is something that I hope that every person that's listening today can share it so we can get the word out wherever you live. And I know right now you're in Texas. You said also 2 other states. And let's build this and get this going so more and more students are open to this concept. And it sounds like it is truly effective and making change. And I look forward to 2035 and following up and seeing what a difference you feel it's made, and just to see how these students are flourishing. That's fantastic. Thank you for doing what you do. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, and I appreciate being with you today.
Absolutely. And we appreciate the partnership with PSP. Of course, we encourage everyone to go to the thirdfuture.org website, hover over schools. You can find out more information there. Inquire at your local school district at MISD. Talk to them. Talk to Dr. Stephanie Howard about it. I know she is always willing to talk about education and kids in school. So reach out to her. But if this is something you're interested in or supporting, please do what you can where you were at. We also encourage you to go to permianpartnership.org to learn more about the fantastic members that are making all of this possible here in West Texas and New Mexico and beyond, and really focusing on what we all believe in is the future is in our children. And so we want to give them every opportunity that we can. So Zach, thank you again for your time. And we look forward to visiting again in the future and talking more success stories here in Midland and all of our districts hopefully soon. So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Remember, the future lies in the Permian, and we're all in this together. We look forward to seeing you at the next episode of the Permian Strategic Partnership Podcast. You make it a great day. Thank you for listening to the Permian Strategic Partnership Podcast. For more information, go to permianpartnership.org.